Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. It is a horrible day. It's just starting to rain. I'm going to head up to town in a minute and see what is out. It is a Blu-ray release day. I know one of the big titles has been pushed back. That's the 1976 King Kong version, but it's only been pushed back 1 week, so not too long to wait for that. Going to get a nice hot coffee from somewhere, probably Costa, and I'll show you what's out. See if Churchill Square has got their Christmas decorations up this week. Less than 4 weeks to go now till Christmas, so you never know. Fingers crossed, they might have something up to show you it's the festive season. Let's pop up and have a look. Okay, so this is Western Road, where the main thoroughfare shops are that lead to Churchill Square. And look at that, just one banner of lights. And what is it? Santa with a pair of sunglasses on. That's it. That's it for Brighton Western Road. That is like Oxford Street of Brighton. And turn you around, you can see nothing up there at all. Well, actually, I'm going to show you something in a second. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the shop across the road. So I was just going to point out that that Energy Fitness gym there with the green neon light used to be our second HMV. We had two in Brighton, double story. HMV now is about 100 yards up there on the right hand side in Churchill Square. So I've crossed over to where the gym is now, and if I show you up the road, where that yellow van is with the hazard lights on is where CEX is now. Across the road from me at the moment is, well, it's derelict now, it used to be an Argos building, but before that, that was a huge Virgin mega store. And if I turn the camera around, this building here, the Martlets, that used to be a shop called Replay, which was pretty much the same as a CEX, and they've all gone. So I've arrived at Churchill Square Shopping Centre in Brighton, and look at the festive display here. Nothing says Christmas like a triangle, a see-through triangle dangling from the ceiling. What the hell? And I don't even know what to say about that. What is that supposed to be? Is that a climbing frame? Is that like a see-through igloo? I don't know. They've actually downgraded from the chandelier last year. It's deplorable. Well, at least I can rely on a nice hot Costa coffee to relax me. I mean, those decorations, come on. Have you ever seen such a dismal display of festive cheer in your entire life? So this is a view from the Costa Coffee window. That Brighton sign is there all year round. It's not festive at all. It's there to just tell you you're in Brighton, like you wouldn't know. And there's the decorations. It's just clear shapes on dangling from a strip of neon. It's pathetic. That's what it is. Okay, so clearly the coffee didn't calm me down. That would just really wound me up. Those decorations, I don't know. I mean, it was bad last year. It's worse this year. I hate to think what next year is going to be. Anyway, over to trending this week. So the first title to show you today is Beast, starring Idris Elba. Do you say Idris or do you say Idris? Anyway, it's from Universal Studios. It's from this year. It's a thriller about a rogue killer lion. It's got a 15 certificate and a 93-minute runtime. The Blu-ray is priced at $14.99. No slip on this one today. And the DVD is priced at $9.99. There was no 4K release for this one today. So next is Westworld Season 4. Now, I couldn't find the 4K, even though it has been released today, but here it is on Blu-ray, priced at $29.99. It's a show about androids who become self-aware. Now, this season consists of 8 episodes. There's also a DVD. Here it is, and the DVD is £5 cheaper at $24.99. Both come with a lovely slipcover, and I do like the artwork on the front. So next is The Young Ones. This is the entire show, which ran from 1982 to 1984. 2 seasons put onto 3 discs. It's got a runtime of 408 minutes and it comes with a 15 certificate. $19.99. That is a pretty good price for the entire show. Power of the Dog next from Criterion Films. It's a drama from last year starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons. It's about 2 feuding brothers and it's yours for $22.99. Next is the horror comedy Bodies, 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 set around a hurricane party, whatever that is. It's on Sony Pictures and it's yours for $14.99 and it comes with a 15 certificate. So next is the action thriller Fall. It's about 2 women stuck up a very tall abandoned television mast. There are 2 cuts to this movie and it's yours for $14.99. But remember, HMV still has that 25% off sale. Next is Ebola Syndrome from 88 Films. This horror is from 1996, got a runtime of 98 minutes, and it's about a killer rapist who spreads the deadly virus from victim to victim. This is yours for $19.99 and it comes with a lovely slip. So next is Orphan First Kill on 4K. It's a horror from this year and it's 99 minutes long. The Blu-ray came out 2 weeks ago, if you're curious to know, and this slipless 4K is yours for $19.99. So next is Cascador on 4K from Studio Canal. It's from 1952 and it's a romantic drama and it has a runtime of 98 minutes. It comes with a PG certificate. Only has a French audio soundtrack but does have English subtitles. 4K is priced at $19.99, and there is a Blu-ray here priced at $14.99. Only have one copy of the Blu-ray, and unfortunately up in the corner you can see that slipcover is damaged. Next is the Essential Becker 5-movie collection from Studio Canal. This actually contains Cascador, which I just mentioned. Each film is on a separate disc, so there's 5 discs in here, and it is priced at $49.99. So the last title they had on the shelves in HMV is the limited edition set of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves from Arrow Films. It's an absolute gem of a movie. This is directed by and starring Kevin Costner as the title character. I am picking this one up, so I will show you what you get in a little bit more detail later in the video. $24.99 for the Blu-ray set and $29.99 for the 4K set. Worth every penny. Hey everybody, welcome back. So there's 4 titles to get through today, but before I crack on with these, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice there is a Christmas tree behind me. That means, unfortunately, the actors' videos I do on a Friday morning are going to have to be put on hold till just after Christmas, because getting access to the Blu-rays in that alcove proves a little bit difficult. But there is going to be a replacement of sorts. I'm going to do Christmas videos leading up to Christmas, so keep an eye out for those. So let's crack on with it. Okay, so the first film I'm going to show you is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the limited edition set from Arrow. This is a double dip for me. The other copy I'll pop into a charity shop in town. This is directed by and starring Kevin Costner as Robin of Locksley, an English folklore character who was first talked about in the 13th century. Now this starts off in a prison in Jerusalem, where Robin's been for the last 5 years, along with his fellow inmate Azim, played by Morgan Freeman. Now the pair decide they're going to escape, and during this Robin saves Azim's life, and Azim is then bound by his belief system to repay that debt, so he follows him back to England. Now upon their return to England, Robin learns that the people of his hometown are under the new rule of the Sheriff of Nottingham, played by Alan Rickman. He is a self-appointed sheriff as King Richard is away on a crusade. King Richard is played by Sean Connery. Now the sheriff, in the king's absence, is taxing the people to the point of absurdity, and Robin aims to be a thorn in his side by stealing it from his guards and returning it to the poor. This is an excellent film, made back in 1991. Brilliant. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. Other stars include Christian Slater as Will Scarlet, Brian Blessed as Lord Locksley, and Michael Wincott as Guy Gisborne. Michael was in Nope, which I picked up a couple of weeks ago, and he's also in Westworld Season 1. Season 4 will feature a little bit later in this video. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so there is a J card here, and it is peel away. I've already peeled it off. There's the information on the back. You want to keep hold of that because the back of the box is completely blank. Now they could have put, I don't know, an image of King Richard or something on there. Anything really, a castle, just something. There's nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom. You've seen the spine already. Very nice indeed. The box quality, yeah, it's pretty good. It is a solid box. There have been more sturdier versions, but that is pretty good. Inside is a pretty decent sized poster, and it is double-sided. Inside is a 60-page book. 20 of those are text, the rest are pictures. The Blu-ray itself comes with a clear case. There is an alternate image for the cover, which I will show you in just a second. So this is the presented newly commissioned artwork, and the reverse has the original image. The image on the disc is from the box. There are 6 art cards. And then you have this unfolding double-sided artwork on a leaflet that kind of resembles some kind of storyboard. And there's also an advertisement for an upcoming release. So that was the Arrow's limited edition Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Okay, next title is Full, which for most of the movie stars just 2 people. You've got Connor, played by Grace Caroline Curry, and Hunter, played by Virginia Gardner. Now, the 2 of them take a trip to scatter the ashes of Connor's late husband, who fell to his death a year earlier. The place they decide to do this is on top of a 610-metre television mast in the middle of nowhere, so it sounds like it's doomed from the off, and to be fair, it is. They climb to the top of the tower, they do the scattering, but it's coming down that proves problematic. Directed, co-written and co-produced by Scott Mann, who's had a few other projects in his time. You've got Final Score and The Heist and The Tournament. And I will point out that this also stars Jeffrey Dean Morgan from The Walking Dead, old Negan. He's playing James, he's Connor's father, but they don't really get along. Music in this is from Tim Dispick, who has worked with the director before in 2 other projects, Final Score and The Heist. Now, this film is not going to be for everybody. Anybody who's got a fear of heights, stay away from this film. It's actually a shame this wasn't filmed in 3D, because this would have been a perfect project for it. It's got a runtime 107 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the image from the front cover has been put onto the disc. So that was Full. Okay, next title to show you is Beast, which was directed by Balthasar Kormaker, who's got a great name, and he directed both Everest and Two Guns and more besides. This film came out earlier this year. It stars Idris Elba and Sholto Copley. He was the guy in District 9. He became the Prawn. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, it is a little bit of a spoiler. Sorry. Anyway, moving on. Idris is playing a character called Nate. He is a recently widowed man. He's got 2 children. His wife died earlier from cancer. Not sure how long ago, but she died of cancer. So he takes his 2 daughters, Meredith and Nora, to Africa to bond with them. And whilst there, he meets up with an old friend, Martin, played by the Prawn. Whilst on a private tour of reserve, all hell breaks loose. There's a rogue lion who has a taste for human flesh, and he's roaming the area. And you guessed it, the family crash their vehicle into a tree and become stranded. And it's a case of who kills who first. There's a whole backstory as to why the lion is on a rampage, but I won't spoil it for you. Music's provided by Stephen Price, who's worked on The World's End, Gravity, Baby Driver, and many, many other projects. Great composer. Got a runtime of 93 minutes, this one. Let's take a look inside. And the image from the front cover has been put onto the disc. So that was Beast. So next and last is season 4 of Westworld, and it's been announced that this is the final season. So I'm kind of hoping that they conclude the story arc in some way. Now, in case you're unfamiliar with the show, I'll explain the premise. This is set in the future where there's a theme park of sorts, and it's an interactive experience. There are 6 zones within the park, a bit like Disney, but that's where the comparisons end. Each of those zones have a unique experience to each visitor, like a role play, for want of a better term. There's a Wild West zone where you can be a cowboy. You've got the Shogun zone, which is round about the Japanese Edo period. There's the Raj world, which focuses on India between 1858 and 1947 under the British rule. There's a war world, which is set in Italy around World War II under German occupancy, and there's also one set in the Roaring Twenties as well. Park themselves have an unusual twist. They have interactive androids, which are indistinguishable from humans, and they're there to fulfill your every whim, whether you want to be in the Westworld and shoot one in a gunfight, sleep with one, or just to interact, have a conversation. And at the end of the day, these androids are repaired out of the view of the visitors, and they are reprogrammed and reintroduced ready for the next day. All is well. Unfortunately, things start to go wrong. The androids start to remember fragments of their lives because they're reprogrammed as different characters, and they use deadly force. This season stars Evan Rachel Wood, Thandie Newton, Tessa Thompson, Ed Harris, James Marsden, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, and Luke Hemsworth. Now, this season's got a total of 8 episodes, so quite a short one, but it's got a runtime of 438 minutes. Let's open it up, take a look inside. So the slipbox and the cover have exactly the same image. There are 3 discs in this set. And on the reverse of the cover, there is an episode guide. So that was Westworld Season 4. I'm going to take a look now and see if all the spines line up. So yes, in answer to that, they line up lovely. So that is it. Have you seen any of those, or plan to pick them up, or just want to leave a comment? Then do so down below, and I'll read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.